All right, let's be real. Have you ever had this amazing idea for a video, but then the thought of all that complicated, super expensive editing software just made you stop? Well, that's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to dive deep into CapCut, this awesome tool that basically puts a whole video studio right in your pocket. We'll break down how you can make some seriously stunning videos, whether you're on your phone or computer. So let's just start with a feeling I bet a lot of you know all too well. You've got this great idea, right? You go out, you shoot all the footage, and then, boom, you hit a wall. Trying to figure out those old school traditional editing programs, it honestly feels like someone just handed you the keys to a spaceship and said, good luck with zero training. And that is the exact problem CapCut was designed to fix. Seriously, it's this all-in-one tool that's, simple enough to whip up your very first TikTok, but it's also got enough muscle for a seasoned YouTuber who just needs a super fast, efficient way to edit on the go. Okay, so your Pocket Video Studio. We're going to talk about what makes CapCut the go-to editor for millions of creators. So what is it that really makes this thing such a game changer? It's way more than just being free. Let's dig into why this little pocket studio has become like the secret weapon for so many people. Okay, so here's the bottom line. CapCut just completely tears down all those old barriers. Think about it. Traditional editors, you needed pricey software, a beast of a computer, and honestly, weeks of your life just to learn the basics. But CapCut, it comes in with this super intuitive drag and drop interface. It's free to get started, and it works on the phone or computer you probably already have. All right, next up, building your story's foundation. This is all about going from that raw footage to a coherent story in just 4 simple steps. Every great video has to start with a solid base, right? Let's see just how easy CapCut makes this whole process. And here it is, the core workflow laid out perfectly. It really is this simple. Step 1, you just import all your clips. Step 2, you drag them onto the timeline. Then, step 3 is where you start shaping your story. You can trim your clips just by grabbing the ends and dragging them, or if you need a really precise cut, you just hit the split tool. By the way, the shortcut for that is Ctrl+B on your keyboard. And finally, you just move the pieces around to build your narrative. It's so direct, so simple. Okay, our story's foundation is solid, so now it's time for the fun part, adding creative polish. This is all about layering in those extra elements that are going to transform your video from just good to great. I absolutely love this analogy. Think of editing your video in CapCut like preparing a complex, multi-layered dish. It's just perfect. It totally captures what multi-track editing is all about. Your main footage, what we call the A-roll, that's the base of your dish. Now we're going to start adding all the good stuff, the flavorful garnishes and sauces, things like B-roll, text, and music, and we put each of them on their own separate layer or track to make the whole thing complete. So let's break down these creative layers. First up, B-roll. You can just drop extra footage on a track above your main video to show people what you're talking about. Then there's text and titles. You can use all these cool customizable templates to make your video pop. Of course, you've got transitions to smoothly connect your scenes. And finally, my favorite part, music and sound effects. You can dive into CapCut's huge royalty-free library and find the perfect audio to really set the mood. Okay, here's a little pro tip for you when you're working with audio. It's called audio ducking. In CapCut, you pull this off using something called keyframes. It sounds complicated, but it's not. You just set a keyframe where you start talking to automatically lower the music's volume. A good rule of thumb is down to about 25 to 33%. Then you set another one when you're done talking to bring the music back up. But here's the really cool part. Once you get the hang of keyframes for audio, you can use that exact same skill to animate text, to bring effects in and out, or even create those smooth, subtle zoom-ins. It's like a gateway to a whole new level of editing. And now, this is where things get really cool. We're talking about unlocking AI magic. This is CapCut's true secret weapon. And look, this isn't just about saving a bit of time. We're talking about features that make things possible that used to require super expensive plugins and years of experience. Now, they're literally just a click away. Probably the best example of this is the auto caption tool. I mean, think about this. With one single click, CapCut listens to everything you say in your video, it transcribes it, and it spits out perfectly synchronized captions. This is an absolute game changer. It's a huge time saver, and it instantly makes your content way more accessible for everyone. But the AI magic doesn't stop there. Not even close. Need to get rid of a messy background that you don't have a green screen? Yep, there's a tool for that. Want to take a long YouTube video and have AI find the best parts to create short viral clips? It can do that automatically. You can even generate a realistic voiceover just from a script, or translate your whole video for a global audience. Seriously, each one of these tools is built to solve a real problem that creators face every day, and it saves you an incredible amount of time. All right, so we've done it. We've built our story, we've added that creative polish, we've even used a little bit of AI magic. Now it's time for the last and maybe most important step, sharing your masterpiece. This is all about making sure all that hard work you just put in looks and sounds absolutely perfect when you send it out into the world. So before you hit that big blue export button, just take a quick look at your settings. For most stuff you're going to post on social media, 1080p at 30 frames per second is going to be your best bet. That's the standard. Now, if you're aiming for that super crisp, high-quality look for something like YouTube, you might want to push that up to 4K at 60 frames per second. The big takeaway here is just to match your settings to wherever your video is going to live. And there you have it. From just a simple idea all the way to a polished final video, CapCut really does put a whole powerful studio right at your fingertips. We've walked through how to build your story, how to add that creative polish, and even how to use those amazing AI tools. So really, the only question left is the one right here on the screen. Now that you have the tools, what story will you tell first?